All right, everybody, so I'm going to make a video about how to use complete exercise 21, working with some regex. Whenever I do regex problems, I personally feel like I kind of always need to have this tool open. If you haven't used it before, basically what it's going to do, it's going to give you access to just like an environment where you can test your code out really quickly. So like, for example, in this one, where we have our program up, I know in this year's class we've been talking about this already, but in case you didn't hear it or in your future class, we're gonna have something like this. I can put these two text objects that I want to test out. There's some other ones I might want to test. And I can write my regex in here and it'll show me which ones are going to match with my regular expression. So in this case, I want to, for this problem, to be clear, I want to capture 12. Like I want to capture any numbers that are inside of brackets. So I want to capture 12, I want to capture 34, I want to capture -43, I want to capture this, it's just positive 12, so it'll be 12. I don't want to capture this one. I don't want to capture this one because even though there's a plus sign in there, it's after the number. So 120 plus, like that might be, I don't know what that is. That's not a number though. Might be a description of something or seating capacity or something, who knows. This is a number. A34, not a number. Plus minus 43 is also not a number. Minus 43 is a number. Plus 43 is a number. Plus minus 43 doesn't make any sense. And same thing here, plus 12 is fine. Plus 12 does make sense. So what I want to do is write a regular expression that is going to match to the things that I want and not match the things that I don't want. There's different ways that we could do this. Let's see. I think what I want to try and do, I think I'm going to have to use groups here. I wonder if there's a way I could do this without groups. I'm going to do it with groups. I'll see if there's a different answer to do it without groups. But I don't know. I might want to try, let's say like there should be a bracket. My thing should start with a bracket. And then what I notice, I need to look through some patterns here. I see that like this number that I want to carry has a space. This one, actually I don't want that one. I see at least some of them have a space. This has a space. Maybe other ones will have a space. So I'm going to say, maybe there's going to be space. I'll do /s question mark. /s is the command for, identifying a space. Question mark says, well, maybe there is, maybe there isn't. All right, next up I see, all these numbers are going to be, it's hard. It's just like based on the values that we have here. Mostly I just see two decimals or like two number values. So I'm going to say /d/d. And that's going to get mostly correct stuff here. Let's see. I see some things that it's collecting. I don't like it. Don't like that it's collecting this one. And I don't like that it's not collecting this one or this one. So what I noticed about like compared with, I'll come back. I'll deal with this one later. I can see compared to this one, like 12 and plus 12. I see like there's a plus sign here. And also here I see there's like a minus sign in front of this one. So what I want to say is like one thing I could do is I could just say, well, there could be a plus sign. Let's just say I could have I made this mistake before, I'm going to make it again. So there could be a plus sign. Also, I'm going to leave this in intentionally. I made a mistake here, as I shouldn't just do plus. I need to say /plus. Because if we look at a little cheat sheet, I'm going to go to my cheat sheet list here. I think there's another thing that I like to keep open. Just like all these things along the side. It's elsewhere too. I think you can find it. There's like a cheat sheet in here too. I just get kind of comfortable with this one. So what was I going to say? So yeah, so plus has a meaning, right? It's one of those, the clean, it's this one of the clean characters. Okay, so I can't just do plus, I have to do plus. I'm trying to find my space. I have to do /plus question mark. Okay, so now I'm capturing these. I'm not capturing -43. So what I should say here is like, well, it could be a plus. It could be a plus before. It could be a minus before, or it could be neither. So if I want to say it could be one thing or the other, let me delete this. I want to say brackets. It could be one thing or another. It could be a plus. It could be a minus. Or it could also be, it doesn't have to be any one of those. Right? And now I'm going to capture a certain amount of this. Let's see. So now I'm getting pretty close to capturing everything. I have all the ones I want, but I have one that I don't want. So I'm going to say here, instead of this, I notice these are all two decimal places. Yeah, I mean, it's hard. It depends a little bit on like what data you're looking at. In this case, there's only two decimal places. I'm going to assume that's going to be true for all the future ones. I notice here, so how can I like exclude this one? I should say that, let's see, a lot of these have a space. Almost all of them have a space afterwards, but not every one. These ones don't have a space. So I'm going to say there could be a space, but I'm going to say there has to be after either the numerical value or the space, there should be a slash. And we see that captures now the ones that I want, but now it captures the ones that I want, but it excludes the one I don't want. And that's kind of that pattern of sifting through that. Let's see. So that looks pretty good in here. What else am I going to do? I want to take a group out of this. What if there's not a way I could do this differently? I mean, I wonder, I could almost... Is there any way that I could avoid... I will just do this. I'm going to put some groups around the things that I want. I really just want... I want whether or not it's a positive value, and then I want the decimal values. And now we can see our groups. I should be able to see in my details here. My list of values that are going to match. I think I should be able to see. I wonder where it will show me the groups. Let me see if I can find that real fast. This is getting to be too long, so hopefully just skip ahead. I'm looking for something. There was... What was a place we could see? Oh, we can see maybe this was just highlighting. So those are all in group 1. Okay. So let's take this and, all right, so let's go back to our code. Now that we have a regular expression, now we need to actually do the code. So we're going to be passed in a single string like this. I'm going to use the tool find all. Let's see, regular expression functions. I don't want to just find the first one. I want to find all of them. I could either do match, or actually, I think I'm just going to use find all. It makes the most sense. All right, so let's go into here. We're going to say, all right, we need to return something. I'm going to call this just answer for now. We need to if we want to access this, we need to say re find all, and then this is going to be our regular expression string. So we'll pass that in here, and then we need to say what string we're going to get. All right, so I'm pretty sure I know the answer to this and what to do, but I do want to kind of work my way through this just to be very methodical and maybe model like what you would do if you were solving this problem. Oh, we got some errors, invalid syntax in here somewhere. If I just run it. Things messed up here. Like pause. Oh, okay, it was missing a couple parentheses there. That's strange. All right, I'd like to do a little bit of debugging here. All right, so we're gonna run this. We have our string s's here, and I want to see like what are the contents of answer. This one actually worked out pretty well. I think because I only had a single group, this did just pull out a list for me. So that's actually all I really want. I just want to have a list of values in here. Let's take a look back to our code. That's actually really all I need to, the major part of what I need to do here. Last thing I'll need to do is, let's see, it's going to return this. So we want to like take those values and turn them into integers and then return that list. For this, I'm going to use a little mapping here. I'm going to do, I'm just going to return this in one step. I think you guys can handle this. I'm going to map. Map is always like, I need to pass in a list over here on the right side. On the left side is like what function I want to do it. So the function I'm going to use is int, which is going to convert things to ints. And then I want to just convert map into a list. And if I run this now, we're going to get everything just right. Pulling out all the values that we want. Oh, let's see if the testing is working on this one. Test. Oh, that's the wrong one. Test. Two of them are working. I know there's some weird tests where it was like not producing the correct values. Let's see. Hopefully, maybe you're turning this off at this point already, but let me just work through here. Let me go back. This is more me just not getting these tests right. What do we have? This first one. Test first. Let's run this. I can't quite tell what it's. Quite get what it's getting wrong. It's not really giving me any errors in here. It should be good though. Hey, I'm gonna call it quits with that one. I mean, 12 negative 43, 12. I mean, that's what I got. That's what it's asking for. I'm not sure what it's getting error. Error might be broken anything. Hopefully stop the video before now.